Hey, what's going on, everybody? I thought this would be a really cool video. You guys can see how we make the Edible Adventures videos, a little bit of a behind the scenes, if you will. So come along and I'll show you how we install everything. So this is my car right here. This is the 2020 Toyota Corolla. It serves very nicely, and this is what we film all the videos in. This guy right here is a GoPro mount. I'll drop links below to everything I use, so if you want to do something to set up for your own setup someday, this is the kind of stuff you want to use. So we have the GoPro mount, which we're going to stick on the window. This is for the main camera. We'll call it the A camera. Just come in right here, and because this Corolla has this camera system for safety, where it actually like looks out on the road for lanes and everything, I usually just use that to line this up. So I'll come in right about here, make sure it's nice and centered, and now that thing's not going anywhere. It's not moving. Then you take the GoPro, which we have the Hero 8 Black. This thing is wonderful, 4K 60. We actually film the videos for this channel in 4K 30. It's just more that kind of standard look. We're not really going for the cinematics here. And usually what we'll do is we will come somewhere we're about a couple miles away from where we're filming today. So we usually like to set up a couple miles away so that we can do some establishing shots of us in the car, kind of hanging out, and where we're going. So this camera right here will be, when we're doing the videos, it's facing us, but when we're not doing the video, when we're just driving there, it's actually facing out, and I'll show you why in a minute. But basically, we're just gonna bring this up right here. And bring it in. We lock it in place. Now it's facing the road, and we're good to go. That's gonna film us on the way to the restaurant. We can use that for B-roll and stuff like that. Even though I call this the A-cam, it's the A-cam for the main part of the show, but for this particular application, it's actually the B-cam, the B-roll. So that's set up nicely. We can take this, we can loosen it out, bring it down, drop it in, whatever we want to do. All right, let's go to the next camera. We have this Joby mount, which is really nice. You can kind of bend it and put it really in any way you want. And how we set up his shot, we will actually put his mount right about here. What I like about this Joby is that what you do is you loosen it up, then you stick it on the window and you tighten it down, and then guess what? It's not gonna move. See, watch this. You twist it and it gets the suction. Now it's not coming off. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this guy right here, bring it in. The pressure of doing it on camera, folks, it always makes me mess it up at first, but we'll get it in there. There we go. So you bring it in. Now we have the ability to mount it up. You want to bring it down just for a minute so it'll clear the door. All right, so now you can go in and you can bring it over just like so. So now you've got a shot, which is going to be a wide shot. It's going to show Larry over here. Larry's filming, so you can't see him, but it's going to show myself and Larry. And what's going to be really good here is that it's also going to shoot for like drive-throughs. This is really good for drive-throughs. So it'll show me getting the food and everything. And then that's it. I mean, pretty much you got a 2-camera shoot. When we get to the restaurant, I'm just going to flip this camera around for the main A camera. That's a secondary shot. You know, sometimes Larry's eating. He wants to show you a close-up of what he's eating. He can go boom. Eventually, we're gonna get a 3rd camera and put it right here, and then I will be able to do the same thing. Right now, in the videos that you guys will see, you'll notice that I usually put mine right on the center camera, but soon enough, we're gonna have a 3rd camera, we're gonna put it right here, and we're gonna get the shot right there. So, that's how we do it. Now, also, sorry, one more thing. Another thing that we do is we will use our phones, the GoPro app. I don't have them on, so I can't show you here, but on the GoPro app, you can actually turn on these cameras remotely, and then what we'll do is we'll use this app to frame up our shot, to make sure everything looks nice, to make sure there's nothing blocking, make sure you can't see any kind of, you know, just junk on the lens or what have you. That's pretty much it. That's how we filmed the video. Gary and Larry's Edible Adventures. Let's say hi to Larry here. Larry, what do you think about this behind the scenes goodness?
It's pretty cool. It's nice to show. It's nice to show the people how we do it. You know, it's actually really simple, but it's nice to get all the different angles, and it feels like an actual production versus just, you know, hi, Instagram story, hello. You know, versus doing something like that, we get to, the multiple angles is cool. You know, the magic, of course, is in the editing, which isn't my wheelhouse, but, you know, it's awesome. You know, people gotta see how this is done, you know? I
mean, I agree completely. That's pretty much how we do it. It's how it's done. We wanted to keep it relatively simple. Now, in the future, I want to try to integrate this camera right here, which is the Sony ZV-1. It's a beautiful camera. I love the 4K on it. It is crispy, much like that Zaxby's we're about to eat here shortly. And then also, just to show you my gear bag really quick, the Sony a6000. This guy only shoots 1080p, but we can upscale it to 4K if need be. We don't really have a big use for this one yet. This is mainly my photography camera, actually, but I do like the quality of the 1080p. I think it looks really crispy, so we're gonna integrate that. I've also got a monitor that will hook up to this rig here, and you can kind of do that little, kind of get the, you can kind of get the little shot. You can see, you can see, you know, kind of how it looks as you go. I got a Manfrotto tripod as well, which packs up very nicely. This is the one you can get at Best Buy. It's like 50 bucks. I also got the Zhun, I hope I said this right, the Crane M2 gimbal stabilizer. That's what I'm looking for, gimbal stabilizer, and this thing works really well as well. So that's pretty much everything that we use for the Edible Adventures, and I know that it doesn't really fit like what we show on that channel, so I wanted to do kind of like a supplemental video just to kind of show you. I know there's some geeks out there like me that kind of like to see, you know, what do you use, how do you film it? That's how we do it. If you're like, man, that looks really good, it's just shot on GoPros. It's crazy. Sometimes if we have access to the restaurant, we get a hold of the people ahead of time and they let us come in and shoot some stuff. I might use the a6000 or the Sony ZV-1. It's kind of just what I have, what's ready at the time, and that's about it. So we're actually about to go film an episode right now. So thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. If you want to see more like this, let me know. Everything that I showed you is linked down below. So if there's anything that you saw that you like and you want to get your hands on, that's how you do it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the Edible Adventures.